Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. So here's the deal. You are standing in front of an epic scene. Maybe it's the Arctic coastline in Lofoten, maybe a lava field in Iceland, or a foggy forest in Madeira. You've got your Sony camera ready, but now comes the big question. Which lens should you trust to capture it? Over the years, I have taken thousands of landscape photos in all kinds of conditions. I went back and analyzed many of my favorite images, and do you know what I found? My most used and most loved focal length for landscape photography has consistently been 28mm. Back in the day I used the Zeiss Otus 28mm, and now I mostly shoot the Loxia 25. But if I could choose freely, I would still prefer 28. That said, I usually shoot multi-roll panoramas, which is a very specific style. In this video, we are not talking about pano work. We are looking for the most universally versatile lens for landscape photography. For single shots, not stitch panoramas. Because panos, as powerful as they are still a niche in the world of landscape photography. Most people shoot single images. Today, we are putting 8 Sony lenses head to head to find the best all-around lens for landscape photography. Something you can rely on in daylight, in the golden hour, in the blue hour, even under the stars. We'll look at the sharpness, corner performance, aberration, vignetting, filter usability, and yes, also the price of those filters depending on thread size. And just so you know, many ultra-wide lenses don't let you stack filters. If you like using a polarizer and an ND together for water photography, this can be a deal breaker. Also, if you want to try this for yourself and get hands-on with these lenses in real conditions, you can join us on one of our photography expeditions. We go to the Lofoten Islands, Iceland, Madeira, the Dolomites, and other incredible locations. You will shoot side by side with professionals, try our top-level gear, and capture your best images ever. The link is below the video. Now let's go through each lens one by one, and stay with us because we'll only reveal the winner at the very end. First up, the Sony 24-70mm f2.8 GM2. This is a professional-grade lens with fantastic rendering and excellent build quality. But there is one major limitation. It starts at 24mm, and for landscape photography, 24mm often just isn't wide enough. You will quickly find yourself in situations where you wish you had a wider field of view. For night photography, 24mm already feels very restrictive. So even though it's a brilliant all-around lens, it's far from an ideal landscape choice. It's upper screw-in filters, which is great, but with an 82mm thread, the filters are expensive. In terms of optical quality, there is no doubt this is Sony G master level, meaning it delivers some of the best image performance you can get. But you pay for that in both price and weight. All in all, it's a popular general-purpose zoom. It covers useful landscape focal lengths like 24, 35 and 50mm. But again, that 24 limit holds it back, especially in tight spaces, on seascapes or for astrophotography. Next up, the Sony 16mm f1.8G. Unfortunately, we don't have the lens here, but we actually did a full detailed review of this lens recently. Link is above. This lens is a completely different beast. It's a super lightweight ultra-wide prime. Perfect for night shooting, incredibly sharp, fast, and wide enough even for the northern lights. But it's very wide, and that can be tricky for single frame compositions, especially when there's no strong foreground. Filter-wise, the lens has a standard 67mm thread, but stacking filters is a problem. You can really only use one slim filter, otherwise you will get serious vignetting. So forget about using a polarizer and ND together. Still, it's an excellent lens at a great price. Super light, sharp, even wide open and very fast at f1.8. But is it a universal landscape lens? Not really. And if you are curious why, check out that full review. We dive deep into the challenge with actual examples. Let's move on onto the Sony 24 f1.4 GM and the Sony 20mm f1.8G. Two incredible prime lenses. Fast, sharp, minimal coma, excellent corners. The 24mm is probably one of the best wide-angle lenses Sony has ever made. But again, 24mm is quite long for many types of landscape work, especially for seascapes or night sky shots. So even though the optical quality is phenomenal, the focal length is a bit limiting. The 20mm f1.8G, on the other hand, is a very interesting option. Lightweight, compact, with a 67 thread and a decent price tag. In sharpness, both in the center and in the corners, it performs extremely well. In fact, in the center, it's sharper than the 24mm GM at some apertures. Downsides, like most Sony G primes, it shows vignetting and some chromatic aberration wide open. But both are fixable in edit. At 20mm, the field of view is much more flexible. It works well for both daytime and nighttime shooting. To sum it up, fast aperture, crazy center sharpness, very good corners, small lightweight, affordable, compact filters and a really usable focal length. Sounds like we already have a winner. Hold on, let's finish the list first. Next, the Sony 24-50mm f2.8G. We really push this lens to see what it can do, including star tests with the tracker. And you will find a full video linked above my head. It got quite a bit of attention when it was released. Unusual zoom range, but it gives us three important landscape focal lengths in one lens: 24, 35 and 50. The lens delivers very solid sharpness both in the center of the frame and in the corners. But in terms of focal length, it's not an ideal choice. As we have mentioned several times, 24mm is relatively narrow for various landscape projects. And performance at 24mm and f2.8 is weak. Vignetting is heavy, especially in the corners, bad use for stars or white compositions. There is also noticeable distortion. We weren't exactly disappointed, but we weren't excited either. Among the lenses we are looking at here, this one is probably the weakest. And based on the full test, we can say for sure it's not going to be the winner. Now let's talk about the Sony 22-70mm f4G. We have a full review of this one too, link above. This lens really surprised us with its flexibility. Starting at 20mm is great. Ending at 70 gives us nice compression options. But the constant f4 aperture is a problem for night photography. We'll have to increase ISO, which brings more noise and makes it harder to focus on stars. It has 72mm filter thread, which is good compromise. Sharpness, vignetting, chromatic aberration, all very solid. Overall, a great travel lens, but not a go-to for serious night photography. Next, the Sony 16-25mm f2.8G. This one complements the 24-50mm lens. It's compact, fast and sharp. A really nice little wide zoom. The 16mm starting focal length offers the wide perspective needed for shooting seascapes, waterfalls and the night sky. But stopping at 25mm, that's pretty short. You'll definitely feel the lack of extra reach when trying to frame more compressed shots. It takes 67mm filters, but again, stacking filters at 16mm will cause vignetting. Its main weakness is corner sharpness wide open. The outer edges at f2.8 are soft, mostly due to distortion correction at both ends of the zoom. Stopping down to f5.6 helps a lot, but corners never get truly sharp. Still, that softness is only on extreme edges. In real-world use, you will not really notice. So yes, it's usable for Astro, but expect to crop maybe 5 to 8% of the edges for the cleanest results. Outside of the real extremes, both the center and edges of the frame are actually very sharp. Now we get to the Sony 16 to 35mm f2.8 GM2. This lens delivers absolutely stunning sharpness, all the way across the zoom range, even wide open. Center sharpness is fantastic, and corner sharpness is way better than expected, especially at 16mm, where many lenses fall apart. Yes, there's vignetting at f2.8, especially on the wide end, but it's totally under control and easy to correct. Chromatic aberration is well controlled. Overall image quality is simply superb. Great contrast, detail and clarity. For night shooting, it holds up really well. Coma is minimal, even in the extreme corners. That makes it great for Astro without having to worry about stars stretching or warping. And that 16 to 35mm range, super flexible. Perfect for wide compositions, seascapes, waterfalls, night skies and everyday landscapes. So what's the catch? Size and weight. It's a G Master, so it's quite big and heavy. And the 82mm thread means you'll need large and expensive filters. The price is also premium. It's not cheap, but that's a trade-off for top-level performance. Just a quick mention about filters before we finish. Filters are a huge part of landscape photography. Polarizers, NDs, night sky filters, but not all lenses place nice with them. Some ultra-wides, like the 12 to 24mm GM 2.8, can't use screen filters at all because of the bulbous front element. That's why we didn't include it in this test. Others allow only one filter before vignetting shows up. Filter size matters too. Most of these lenses use 67, 72 or 82mm threads, and that has a big impact on cost. We personally use DC filters. They are excellent, but going from 67 to 82mm can double the price. So it's not just about compatibility, it's about budget too. Let's also quickly touch on astrophotography. If we shoot at night, lens performance wide open becomes critical. We'll often be shooting at f2.8 to avoid high ISO, so lenses that start at f4 are already at a disadvantage. Watch out for coma, chromatic aberration and corner softness. Some lenses are tick sharp in the center, but useless at the edges when wide open. This is where field testing really matters. Lab tests will not show you how the stars actually look at the edges of a wide frame. Personally, I see f2.8 as the bare minimum for Astro. Faster is better. f1.8 or f1.4 makes a big difference, especially if we are stacking and need to recompose quickly between frames. And if you want to really experience what these lenses can do in the field, come with us on one of our landscape photo expeditions. We take you to amazing locations, guide you through all the technical and creative steps, and help you bring home portfolio quality images. Check out the link below the video. Okay, we have gone through all 8 lenses. Each has its pros and cons. But which one is the best overall Sony lens for landscape photography? For us, the winner is the Sony 60-35 f2.8 GM2. It offers everything we need, wide enough for all kinds of landscape projects, from dramatic seascapes to night skies packed with stars and the northern lights. Fast enough at f2.8 for serious astro work. It takes 82mm filters, delivers excellent sharpness corner to corner, produces beautiful starbursts, and comes with very solid weather sealing. Sure, it's not the lightest lens out there, and 82mm filters don't come cheap, just like the lens itself. But if you are looking for the most all-rounded, do-it-all tool for serious landscape photography, day or night, stitch or single frame, beach or mountaintop, this is the one. So what if your answer is, this is all great, but the price is just too much? In that case, meet our budget-friendly zoom winner, the Sony 16 to 25mm f2.8G. Sure, it doesn't give us much reach, and the extreme corners could be nicer, but if you are looking for something that really delivers without breaking the bank, this is it. Not a fan of zooms and just want one solid prime, then the clear winner is the Sony 20mm f1.8G. It's a really capable all-rounder for pretty much any landscape project. Stars, auroras, seascapes, you name it. Fast enough for night work, and just like with the 16mm f1.8, we can choose stars or the northern lights wide open at f1.8, which is a huge advantage. It takes affordable 67mm filters, and the lens itself isn't expensive either. No, it's not as flexible as the 16 to 35mm, but among primes, it's definitely the top choice. In the end, every lens comes with trade-offs. The perfect all-in-one, something that covers 16 to 150mm at f1.4 with incredible sharpness across the frame, weighs under 400 grams and fits in our jacket pocket, just doesn't exist and probably never will. So here is our advice. Let's avoid ultra-wide to medium or even long-range zooms. They will always involve too many compromises. What about you? What lens do you prefer for your landscape work? Do you shoot zooms or primes? And if you had to bring just one lens on your next adventure, which one would it be? And guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and check out our photo expeditions if you would like to join us in the field. See you next time and happy shooting!
By the way, have you heard that you can join us on our exclusive photography expeditions to Lofoten in Iceland? If you want to know more, check the link below.